So we could approach this question really from both sides, but for a real estate investor who did not take the same road you did, they're not a licensed real estate agent, but they're hearing what you're saying and they're thinking, "Man, this makes a lot of sense." What are some things they can do to begin working with real estate agents and kind of building that trust and building that network?
That's a great question. And this is what I did in the beginning, you guys. I didn't have money for marketing really. So what I did is I would call 20 realtors a day and I would say, "Hey, my name's Templeton. I buy houses in the area. I'm looking for these sort of assets. Do you have anything that you could sell me right now?" And that's usually when the realtor would say, "Oh, yeah, I have 3 listings on market and, I can send you the links." Well, I'm like, "Hey, I appreciate that. But if they're on market, chances are you're probably asking retail on some really beautiful houses. Is that right?" And they'll say, "Well, yeah, man, they're great houses." I go, "Perfect. I actually don't have an appetite for those per se. But do you have any of those sneaky kind of in between deals that are a little rough around the edges or complete remodels that I could be your buyer? I pay all cash. I buy as is. And, I make it about as easy as possible for you to get paid. And the great part is I'd love for you to represent me and make both sides of the commission. In addition to that, if there's no commission available, I'm happy to take a percentage of my profits and share them with you. But here's what I need. I need you to put me in your phone, in your favorites, as the best buyer that you know. And I know I haven't done a deal with you yet, but I'm going to prove it to you. And I'm also going to call you twice a month to remind you that I need these sort of deals." And I make them laugh. That's the sort of energy I have. And I'll be like, "Hey, I'm serious. Are you putting me in your favorites right now?" And they'll be like, "Okay, chill." And I'm like, "All right, because I'm serious. I need these deals." And then I just build a rapport. If you do that 20 times a day, guys, 10 realtors are going to act too cool and not want your call. 5 are going to not answer. And then 5 are actually going to let you get through your pitch and maybe save your information. And if you have a good connection, put it in your CRM and you go, "Okay, Dave Brown, he was nice. He said yes. He does have a deal. Dave, can you tell me that address right now? I'll comp it right now." And then get good at what I think people really got to understand. It's one thing to ask and do the work. It's another thing to actually be able to execute on the promise. "Hey, Dave, let me look at it real quick. Hey, Dave, I could give you 280 on that house right now. Comps look like it's worth about 450. If it was beautiful, that's what you'd go list it at. Can you help the seller understand that 280 is probably a good number?" And he'll be like, "280 is a good number. I thought it was going to be less." A lot of times they don't know. So now I'm being a value add to them. And I'm like, "Hey, Dave, before your next listing appointment, do you want to call me every time prior so you could walk in with an offer in hand?" And he's like, "You do that?" I'm like, "Yeah, dude, send to me. I'll tell you what a cash offer is. How great are you going to look, Dave, when you walk in and go, 'Hey, guys, this is a beautiful house, but I want to let you know I'd already shared with one investor. He's willing to give you 300,000 a day. Hey, but here's the thing. I don't think now that I see your house, I don't think you should take it, but I wanted you to know I already had an offer for you.'" How good does that realtor look in that moment? Or if the home is terrible, he's like, "Guys, look, here's the comps. It's worth 450 if it looked like this, these beautiful new houses, but it's rough. I think you guys know that. You're in, whatever the tight situation is." And now he has an offer in hand where he's like saving the day. Like, "Hey, I already have this for you." So, and then it's just a numbers game. Can you commit to I've done this 5, 6 days a week, every day for 5, 6 years. And, now it equals a lot of revenue, but it just was, one brick at a time.